session.
It was great. Hang on, did I have my mic on? Yeah, it was. I watched it back, Lee. It would have been nice. It's the first time I've ever seen George, so it was nice to see George.
Yeah, he looks different.
Well, he's not
Does
like his avatar, is he? And also, I kind of
no,
assumed he was Scottish, and he's clearly not Scottish.
no. He I don't know why because he's. I've got him on Facebook as well, and I thought he was bald. Good joke, because he's got a beanie hat on. I thought
Right.
he
Okay.
was practically bald with a decent like big beard going on, but
Right.
he comes on, he's got a lovely hairline and clean shaven.
So it was nice to see him. Shame he's not here. I'd have been like to speak to him. And actually, the last 10 minutes when you guys were talking more about trading styles and
Yeah, yeah,
whatever was quite good fun, quite interesting.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
absolutely.
don't know how he does his trades. I mean, I can't figure that out.
Oh no,
It's
still got
beyond
no
me,
idea,
man.
mate. Still
No.
no idea.
Maybe you should be. And you said you should come on and lead.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think he's sort of half tempted by it, but I understand it's like a lot of pressure as well. So
Yeah, sure.
I'm not gonna force it in any way. But because
He's only
he's still trading the 415 one, so obviously I made it and I know how it works. But he will have current markups, whereas I'm so far behind that I'd
yeah.
start from fresh again.
I still don't get that. I need to. I haven't got it in my head, but it doesn't matter. It's not important.
What the
I
415
kind
one
of need to
stuff.
see it on one screen.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, that
Well,
I
you're
can
not
get
going to
out of
see it on this
the.
light. You're not going to see it with no previous drawings
No,
tonight, mate.
mate.
So
I appreciate that. But also, I've got enough to do with that. I don't need to learn more systems. I'm trying to work the
yeah,
one. I'm trying to make
yeah,
the trend line sweeps work. So,
yeah,
there's no
yeah,
point learning something new. Um,
yeah,
but it clearly works because that's how you get the big moves, isn't it? It's
yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah. It's all like I babble on about it every week, but it's market structure. Market structure's
yeah,
the the biggest tell of whether it's possibly going to be a big move or not. It's
yeah,
obviously we start introducing like imbalances, liquidity trend lines, sweeps, and everything as well. But they're they're like a deeper dive into. So they're like the smaller details, if that makes sense.
yeah,
But structures, like I say, it tends to be the easiest and most significant sort of giveaway that obviously it's not guaranteed, nothing is, but
sure.
because stuff reverses, so nothing's guaranteed, but it's often a really good sign. And obviously, I'll cover some structure in this because I was trying to buy this. I think it was midweek, so I think it
Right.
was Tuesday. So this was a little bit short of my entry, I believe. Um, but what I want to do is I'll draw some structures on here
Yeah,
to
cool.
show you why I was trying to buy it and why now. Obviously, I'm trying to sell it. So
Okay,
I
so to
was,
my eyes, we're still in. Let me say it back to you before you draw it, because
yeah,
to my eyes, we're still in the internal structure from that big move at the left of your chart there.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, I would agree, mate. Yeah, yeah,
so we're in the 50% zone of that.
yeah.
So on the 4 hour, we don't know where we are, whether we're buying or selling.
So what I'll do, mate, is I'll just draw that because I agree.
Yeah,
So we've got that.
so that's our
Uh,
4 hour. Yeah, that fair?
that's our live range still, technically, yes.
Yeah,
Um, let me just thicken that up. So this is the range we're working in still. So I'm also seeing other structures, which I will let you sort of roughly tell me where you think, mate. I'm
all right. So um,
going to
there's
start it
two
from
down
this. I'm
legs.
going to
Yeah, all right.
yes,
So
yeah,
on let's say hourly or 15, there's a down leg from there to what would it be? May the 2nd, bit more there.
yeah,
Yeah, there's another
yeah,
down leg. I only draw the one leg. That's kind of one of my tricks.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
yeah,
another down leg there and down again.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. And now
Right.
we've
And
had
there's an up there. We've just about broken that.
yeah. That's
And that's
exactly what I
about
was. That's exactly
that's
what I was
about
going
what
to
we got.
draw.
We're
Yeah,
actually in the middle of that. We're in the middle of that zone as well, aren't we?
yeah.
So we're in the
So
middle on the 4, and then we're in the middle on like the hourly, or you might call it 15. I would have
what?
thought. I don't know. I don't know what you call it, but that's what I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the time frames. Although I'm on the four at the minute, you can call it the hourly, 2 hourly, four
Yeah,
daily, whatever you want. It doesn't really matter as long as you're seeing the actual structure. So
yeah,
although we are, like I say, we are bullish, higher time frame bullish, we're in this range. We have started making some bearish structures here. This
yeah.
first, let me just draw this so other guys can.
So for me, so this is why it's interesting to talk about this stuff. So for me, we're in the middle of that your last purple
Yes,
arrow,
yeah,
and I'd say that's that. So you're saying you're looking for a buy, and I would say, but we're in the middle 50% there. Why are we looking to buy or sell?
yes. I'm not
Go and look
looking.
at something else.
Yeah, so at the minute, I'm buys. If I'm being totally honest, I don't know. I'm buys and sells for now.
Yeah, sure, fair enough.
Which so because of this push here, so we've had this leg here, which we've had. If this is a valid structure, we've had a break to the upside across here.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
what do we? I'll change that color. I'll change that same color as the structure. So we've had a clear break to the upside. Yeah. Although it's not a lot, it's not mega. I would have preferred it to be more, but it's what we've got. So now that we've had a break here, we could now possibly come down and mitigate something. Obviously, we could come mitigate anywhere, but there's a decent push up from here. So
yeah, fair. Yeah,
in reality, I'm thinking if we can catch a buy from down here, then we are possibly going to, from that point, make more bearish structures. So we've possibly got this going to happen. Yeah.
yeah.
Just because we had a break to the upside. So that's
I think that's all time high as well. That 17th of
that.
April is all time
Yeah.
high. I know it's
Yes.
not. Yeah, yeah, I think it
Yeah.
is.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So yeah, because we've taken the high. So I don't know if I feel like I say it often, but if I don't, so every time we take a high, obviously there's a chance that we get a decent pullback. So often we'd like it to be more, but we can only do with what we've got. Um, but yeah, after a decent break in the direction that it's possibly reversing to, like say, it can cause a decent enough pullback. So obviously this is one of the options that I'm looking at. So probably sells for at least a couple of days,
Yeah,
unless something forms in like a trend line here and it don't quite reach that. I'll obviously look to buy from a bit higher. Um, but at the minute, I don't particularly see anything that stands out. So that's that's the current where we're at currently. I think we're coming down to then go up higher. So a couple of days of sells maybe, and then hopefully catch the bottom
yeah.
of possible
There's that
buy.
zone around the 19th or 20th. There was a push there, wasn't there? Just up
Yeah,
from there, Lee. There.
yeah, yeah. That's the zone I've marked because it's a decent push up from here,
Yeah.
and probably on the 15 minute. This is probably a 15-minute high, and this is what causes it. So top of this
Yeah,
blue
that
box
breaks it
is
high.
yeah, top of this blue box is a high probable zone. Obviously, I could go lower and maybe try and pinpoint where I think it's going to reverse from, but I'm not. I'm not going to do that just because I'd still be waiting for breaks to the upside to confirm anyway, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, there's no point.
Because I'm always waiting for further confirmations.
Yeah.
So that's where we're currently at with price. Um, the reason as well is I was trying to buy is because if I'll let you talk me through it again, Matt.
All
So
right.
if I just see that bit there, ignore obviously last week's price action because
Yeah.
there's a structure in here that I can see. So obviously we've just spoke a little bit about it. So
Yeah, there's
I've
clearly some form of
bear
by
but
moment.
yeah, bullish structure going on.
Yeah, there, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So we've
Oh, we're now
possibly
going down lower. Okay, yeah. Yeah, and then up to that point on the 5th, that would be it.
yeah.
Then I will be down there, and then up to the high, which you've
That
already
was the high.
marked. Right, and
So yeah,
now
and then
we have broken that low. Does that break the low?
no, that mitigates
Right.
here. This is
Yeah.
where I was trying to buy from on Tuesday, which
Right.
we'll cover now. So that was my say 15-minute structure.
Yeah.
So um, what I will do is what I'll do is I'll replay it from there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a box that I don't normally draw, but I draw it for you lot. So from the high to the low. So coloured and everything for you.
Genius.
Yeah. So the low, obviously, this is trending upwards on this structure on the what I class as my 15. I know we're on the 4 at the minute, but this would be my whole 4 hour in reality. I include all these in one structure because it's all clearly heading upwards. Now that it's broken after this, obviously, I've bar replayed. I think we're now in the 4 hour pullback, which is why obviously I've just marked this. I think that's what's going to go happen. But so bar replay from there. We've come into the bottom 25% of this whole range here. So anything inside this green box when it retraces is a great place to buy from. Obviously, especially in a bullish market. So higher highs, higher lows, bullish market. So what basically happens from here, and now I'll see if I can see it on the 5. I can't remember if it was the 5 or the 1. So from here, obviously I've come straight from the 4, but it's a 15-minute structure that we was just looking over in the orange zigzag. So we've come very low, pretty much at the very bottom of that whole range. That's the low there, bottom of the 50. What is that box called? Gann box. So bottom 25% anyway. So the bottom of this box there, change that to yellow. Bottom of the yellow box is obviously a break of structure to the downside. So obviously I was anticipating that we would possibly buy from somewhere down here when it reached. We've filled the lowest of imbalances, and then from there, what we basically do is, so if we've got a 1 minute break there, I'll change that green. 1 minute break of structure at that point. And then play some candles. There we get a 1 minute break to the upside. So obviously my thinking was that we've come as low as we can that previous structure. I don't repeat myself, but I want it to sort of sit in. And obviously in my head I was thinking, right, we've come so low, we've got not a 50-50 chance because obviously we might pick the wrong entry, which I did. I was too low, it didn't come for me. But in my head, I'm thinking we are either reversing from this point and continuing up to a possible new high, or we are coming lower. So, and we had lower time frame signals that we are possibly going to go longer. It just changes so you can see it a bit better because I'm not happy with that. One-minute breaker structure there. Same colours at the bloody line. Orange. Yeah, 1 minute. So we've had like a real lower time frame break to the upside. So obviously 1 minute is the lowest break to the upside that I would ever consider. I'm sure there's like seconds chart breaks, but I would never trust that at all, unless it was a real big structure. But yeah, basically we've come so low, we are either going to reverse from that point because there's nothing left below it if we're going to reverse without a break to the downside. And then, like I say, on a lower time frame, we've broken to the upside. Not the best structure. I know we're on the 15 there. It probably looks better on the 1. Yeah, it looks a bit better on the 1. But again, still not like the best.
It's all right. It's a clear retracement to me.
Yeah, I like the fact that we've had this and then we have a bit of a decent pullback and then
Yeah, it's reasonable. Yeah.
I was happy with it. That's why I set a pending on it.
Yeah.
So after all that, basically, obviously I've got multiple confirmations that we are 15-minute bullish. retraced pretty much 90, well, that must be 95 to 98% retracement from that point, if not higher. We've shown small signs of breaks to the upside, which could signal continue to go up, bullish, long, whatever, all the same word for Sam, if he's with him being new. So I'll just chuck in for Sam while he's in. When price is coming down, like as you can sort of see from all of this, it's sort of slowly heading down. Me and others, and I hope everybody, before we look for the buy, I'm always waiting for a previous sort of like area to be broken, because I believe that we're always given the signal that price is going to start going long, bullish, or up. They're all the same words. But basically, I wanted price to start going up. So what I'm a firm believer is obviously price is zigzagging down. It's obviously it sounds easy. I know it's not so easy to read. It's something you'll learn, mate. But basically, because we broke above this here, this is one of my lower time frame structures. Because we broke above, price goes above that, we will eventually get a pullback. So we will come back and then tap into summit in this price action here before then possibly continuing higher. So that's something I was looking for. Let's have a quick gander at what I was looking for. Just go back to my fives and then narrow some designs. So straight away, max something like that. Check something like that. Probably looking for something like that. So from this point, pardon me, these are the three most likely areas. And then this won't make any sense to you, Sam, but basically you've got that little decent imbalance there. So much waiting. Start getting decent ones here. So think my entry was something like that. So marking it lower. It didn't come low enough anyway, I know that much. I think I'd mark it like that. That might be what I say. Oh, don't want to do that one. Just want to check that this here. So I'm going to leave that on because I can't remember what it taps into. Yeah, anyway, from there, obviously, after it broke into the upside, obviously I'll play some candles out, and it didn't come for me anyway. It pulls back and then don't quite reach anything that I was looking at. Like I said, I think must have been here. my buy. It pulls back. So pending would have been going on. Well, after this was in the night, but yeah, so pending would have been going on somewhere around here. Well, I don't think I'm at that last time either. So how funny. So I'm just going to cancel that and see where it goes from there. Wipes it out. So obviously that's the joy of trading. Obviously I've marked up the right zone this time. One of, but
Yeah, I get a lot of those.
what? What the hell's going on now? Not let me draw. Will that? Well, let me do a long position. I'm going to do this mathematically by hand. Doesn't know you want me to do that.
Is this the same computer as you had the problem with duplicate lines that you talked
Yeah,
about last week?
yeah, but it does that on me tablet as well.
So it's not the computer. It's not like your
No,
sticky key
no,
or
I'm not.
something like
I'm not.
that. No.
No, no. It's bloody annoying. But anyway, that's we've spread about 2,500 that shows. So obviously, I'm just trying to work out what we could have got from that.
Yeah, that's a nice trade.
What's 30?
That's
Basically
probably
30.
$36. Hang on, it's 13 to $36. Yeah,
Yeah, 30.
15
So
minus 13.
yeah, 30. Let me get my calculator up. Oh, I'm just trying to show obviously that obviously that's a valid trade. I didn't think it was. I didn't think I'd picked nothing like when I was like say I was down here on me um
Yeah,
when I sent me pending. I must have marked it
yeah,
and
I'd pick
deleted
that
it.
too.
Yeah, but it's the safer one in it. So
There's no point. I over and over again, I've got taken out on these what look like great entries,
yeah,
and over and over again, it goes down to the lowest one.
yeah,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
it wasn't as good as it looked, was it?
No, 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 no.
It's a nice order block. You can see. Also, it doesn't break. It does break structure on the 5 minute, the blue one, doesn't it? But
Yeah,
what's the point? Yeah, unless you're going to do what the quarters guys do
yeah,
and take 3R off it, and then it's a different strategy, isn't it? It's
yeah,
different
yeah,
plan.
yeah, yeah. Like so I think I'd have even if I'd got the right zone, I would have ended up losing anyway because
Yeah. You see how it came back and tapped it underneath though, like
yeah,
a
yeah,
breaker block type thing. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, mate. Yeah, yeah. Tap something here possibly.
No. On your green box, your entry box,
Oh, that.
it blew through. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then came back up for it.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. It's really annoying. Like I can't draw a box. It's let me do all the stuff.
Right. Can you draw a short?
No.
That makes no sense to me. Absolutely no sense whatsoever.
Well, I can do everything else. I just can't do these. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a bug. There's something wrong there.
Yeah. 2.5, 4. 12. They're a bit like you said. I think it was about 14 hour in it, isn't there, with spreads. So
Oh, I had a killer lot. This is where my killer loss was, wasn't it?
yeah. But anyway, that was that. Anyway, eventually blows through. and because it's blown through, which is why now I'm obviously I was hoping for the orange. I was hoping for that to play out basically, so a new high above that. But now that we've broken the 15, I think we'll get a couple of swings down. So
let's have a look. So you forget the result. You were taking that trade without a trend line. It's just on structure, yeah, Lee?
yeah, just purely structure, mate, because we'd come so deep into this leg here,
Yeah.
and like I say, it was the last imbalance. So at that point, we've either got obviously we got the break to the upside as well. Obviously, it's only on the 1 minute, but the 1 minute will change before the 15. So
Yeah.
basic, I suppose, mate, if I'm trying to catch a 4 hour swing, I want the fifth. Basically, I drop down I go to the next lower time frame. So I'm trying to catch the 4 hour swing. I want the 15 to basically break because if you just wait for a 1 minute break, you you've still got the 15-minute structure to contend with. So it might
Yeah.
if we're so on this. Obviously, this was. Let me just try and show how I can do it. So if this comes down here
Yeah.
and we get a 1 minute break to the upside, what it might do from there is, which I mean, it could still be a great trade, and it's still something I would take. By the way, it's one of them where you think it comes down here, it breaks 1 minute, it might come up into this 15-minute mitigate and then continue down.
Question for you.
So at that point, I would be super hesitant to hold my TP beyond this high. But if we come down here, I'll leave that one on just in case. I'll change it color though. So that's one possibility if it comes down there and we get a little 1 minute break in there. If we come in there, mitigate, break the 15, we might still catch a buy up. But obviously TP would be before that because we would still be 15-minute bearish down, short, whichever. But if once we get the 15-minute break above that, I would then expect price to come back at some point, mitigate something in here, do a 1 minute, 1 minute break again, and then continue along with the 15-minute structure. And then obviously the 15, because the 1 minute makes up the 15 makes up the 4 hour, and so on. So ideally, we want the time frame below to be the one that's broken structure in the direction that we are looking for. But we
I'd have taken that setup. Knowing, understanding, you talked it through, I'd have taken it too. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
shit happens. There's nothing you can do about that. That's
no.
Every
Yeah,
trade is random. That's the rules. But the logic makes sense. And it's a 20-1 win if it wins. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
that's all right.
It's still been a banger. It's like I said, I'd have probably taken the loss because I'd probably been trying to hold it up to here, but obviously it's bullish up until this point until it's. This is going to sound funny. Sound like Michael Owen if anyone's a football fan.
We know what you're going to say. It's gone.
It's bullish until it's not, and it can turn bearish once it's here. Like I say, I was trying to carry on the bullish swing, but it had to pull back, give a bit of a trade, but then it decided it wasn't. It's one of them things. It met all the rules that I was happy with. It was a high quality sell as far as I'm concerned. It was still a good trade if you'd got it in. So if I'd have took profit or whatever, it'd have been fantastic, ideal, great. It's just it wanted to be, and price wanted to. Obviously, I don't know the actual full outcome of what gold's going to do in the next coming weeks, but if it is going to play to this purple line, it makes perfect sense still that it's taken the high, so we're going to get a pullback and possibly mitigate something here, or even higher, I guess. But yeah, so it all makes sense. It was just I took the chance that this orange line was going to be the continuation, So the probabilities was slightly in my favor, but yeah, is what it is. And I wouldn't have been annoyed or upset if I'd have got in it and took the loss because obviously it's a game of probabilities and we're always going to take some losses. We're just trying to minimize the amount that we do take. So, but I mean that was
I think
that was prime position. Like I would buy
probably
from
what
there all day every day.
probably what Sam doesn't know, if he's kind of new to this, is that your winners tend to be 30 or 40 R.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
So
if he's been watching other guys doing 2 or 3 R, and a loss
yeah,
is a bit of a hit,
yeah,
this is a different system.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So just to make you aware, Sam, or any other guys that watch it back. So my TPs tend to be really big numbers. So a lot of the other group, the rest of the group, and a lot of other industry traders or whatever tend to aim for one to threes, fours, something like that. Whereas I'm aiming for often one to thirties, forties, fifties type thing. Um, I wouldn't say I take more losses than other people because I don't believe I do. It's just that I'm very particular in what I take. So yeah, it's not for everybody, but obviously I'm just here to show you how I trade, and obviously you can take parts away from what I tell you, and you can take parts from others and decide what works best for you. Um, but yeah, yeah, that was Tuesday anyway, and I don't know why, but I decided once it was sort of coming back, I was done with the pending. I just didn't don't know why I didn't trust it at that point. I think because it had mitigated, say, this in here, rather than if it had really took this one, I'd have been super happy. But because it mitigated this imbalance in here, I decided I wasn't happy, so deleted the pending. Did we get a well, there's a sell in there when you think about it. So right there. Selling pressure hits there. Something being improved on. Selling pressure hits here. I think that's the one that just if that's fully mitigated or not. Um, well, sell something there. So just above it. That would have been the move. So I was at the installer show anyway, so that's my excuse for.
Goes again, that one. I think that's the one where I got taken out by a cent.
Oh, is it
12.
really?
Oh, when is it? What
Uh,
date?
Thursday, Thursday morning.
I'd have to look at my log.
I think you're right. No, I think
Oh man, it was just Adler, don't start me. I got to go off on a Bedford.
yeah, I think it was, mate, because I was in.
25th at I was quite late, nearly 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
6 o'clock.
yeah, he was the day before.
Oh, okay, it's a different trade, right?
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I remember you posting that because I was in the kebab shop at that
Dude.
point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a
But yeah,
specialist at that.
yeah, you seem to be, mate. Um, but what I'm just thinking is I've turned bar replay off. Just gonna delete some of these because I bet you there's a trend line in there that would indicate that that's. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's gonna be short in it. Bang on there. Touch that on there. We'll move this. We'll take it right. Short. It's a shame. Gotta put money on it being that. Hmm. Yeah, it's a shame that that might be a feed inefficiency as well, though. Basically, if there's a trend line in there, I believe it indicates that this order block obviously is the cause of it might be a breaker structure on the lower time frame as well. Some couple of these get taken, a couple of these lows. But yeah, I believe there's probably a trend line in there somewhere that points to this order block being the cause of liquidity being taken. One, two.
Oh, I looked at that. I spent a while trying to draw that trend line. It's a bit short and a bit of touch, isn't
Yeah,
it? Yeah, I spent
yeah.
quite a lot of time. I'm using forex.com, but I couldn't make it work.
See, I won't trust that. Yeah, I don't think I trust that. So maybe there just wasn't one, and maybe, like I say, it's maybe a feed difference slightly. Because I was really drawn to this anyway. It's just off by a smidge, but just over. So. Yeah, maybe not then. But yeah,
I'm trying to make that sweep. There's quite a tight one. No, that's no good either. No, still a bit short. Oh, hang on. Give me a moment. There you go. Starts. Let's make sure it's not spread hour. Not spread hour. Not spread hour. Starts at 2:15 a.m. on the 23rd. It's a lot deeper, Lee.
oh, a fair route.
No, closer, tighter.
Right.
But it's on the 15. It's quite visible.
Yeah.
2:15 on the 23rd to 7:30 a.m. on the 24th. So it's that. That's it. Down to 7:30 on the 24th a.m.
Awesome. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah, yeah. Again, that what middle touch is a little bit shy on mine, I think. But
Let me have a look.
yeah, it's
It
a,
is. You're
it's
right.
about yeah, it's about the same on that touch there, mate.
47.
So, but basically, sorry, it's Sam in it. Yeah, Sam. So
Yeah.
what we're drawing here, mate, is what we would call liquidity. So liquidity is areas in the market where there is likely to be a lot of people's stop losses. And stop losses is basically people's money. So when you set a trade, you would hopefully set a stop loss, and that would be the point in where you've basically conceded that the trade is a loser and the market will take your money. Oh yeah, he's going anyway. Yeah, I'll not finish that then. Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers for jumping on, buddy. Catch you in a bit. Yeah, right. We'll move on anyway, guys, to something else. Um, so Matt, you was looking at NZD JPY, is that right?
I was, and I was trying to work out why my trade lost. Just give me a moment. I'll tell you what I've got. Could we CHF JPY?
Yeah,
I've got a trend line.
yeah,
So here's the thing: is to talk because I keep getting the trend lines and the setups, and I keep getting
yeah,
taken out.
right,
So
yeah,
I want to understand a bit why I keep getting taken out when I
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
be.
yeah.
Uh, so I've got a trend line on the hourly from 2 p.m. on the 23rd up to that recent high on the highs.
Well then,
Yeah, there's a little. It's about 2 p.m. Go down one candle to the rightly. It's kind of that up candle
yeah,
after that drop. One more down. No, on the left. Sorry, I meant left, not right. My bad. Yeah, one more down.
that one there.
On hourly. No, I've got 2 p.m. on the 23rd. Down a bit. That's it. To the high.
Yeah, like it.
So is this a continuation or is this a reversal? Because
Let me,
I get
let
ready
me.
to lose a bit.
Yeah, the I'll tell you what I'll do, mate, just for the purpose of the video, because I've got no drawings. I'll start from higher time frame down, mate. Try and have you already got an order on this, or is this
No, no, because it hasn't swept.
right? Okay. Right. So, yes, good trend line. I like it. First of all, let's start
That
on the let's start
nature says
higher.
to me, I'm trying to buy because it's been going up the last, even if you just look at it,
Yeah,
since like, how far am I going back? Well, it's been going up since
yeah,
spring. Since February, it's been going up.
yeah. Is that all time high as well?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't think it is. Let me have a quick look. I think I looked at it and uh,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, by a long
yeah,
way.
you're right. I must be looking at something else. Or New Zealand, it's had it. Japan rather. Let me just check the weekly. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
And you've got to go back. I'm back to 1992 and I haven't got a high yet. Nope, not on the data we got. All-time highs since 1973.
are you sure?
Yeah, I've gone to monthly.
It's all up, mate. So, can you
Yeah.
see my screen?
Oh, sorry, I was looking at mine. Yeah. It's the highest it's been since
Yeah.
1970, since 1978 when I
Oh
was
yeah, yeah, so yeah, that's right, yeah. So
1979. I was 13.
yeah. Yeah.
You lot weren't born.
Yeah, no. I wasn't even an idea at that point, mate.
It's a lifetime high for you.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, so we'll start on the 4 hour because obviously we've been bullish since what, 1985 or something nearly. So
What's
we'll
the
definitely,
trend, Lee?
yeah. So I don't want to do that one. So 4 hour, we are bullish. Um, there's no question about that. Could be due a pullback at some point. Um,
Yeah, I keep telling myself that, and I keep getting taken out.
yeah, it's obviously for pullbacks though, we would like wait for like breaks to the downside as well, mate. So obviously because we're on the
Yeah,
4 hour on the 4 hour here, then obviously I would say we would be waiting for 15-minute break to the downside.
yeah.
I think because it's maybe a fairly slow moving chart, mate. The 4 hour and the 15 are about the same. We get some difficult chart to read this.
The reason I looked at it is because it's what simple strategy user when they don't use DAX.
Yeah,
No real reason. I just picked it at random and had a look at it. Yeah.
yeah. Well, I know a lot of people do like it. It's just, I mean, JPY pairs are fairly difficult in themselves anyway. So I think we're also 15-minute, 15-minute as well, mate. So, um, yeah, we have had a little possible little tiny break on the probably the 1 minute here. Um,
Yeah, it hasn't. I won't do it until it takes that trend line, and then I'll probably know give it what to do.
yeah. Well, all I'm thinking, mate, what at this stage is um obviously trying to if this is a break under here and then obviously it's mitigated, something it could sell off because it could obviously because it's I mean, like I say, the 4 and the 15 is about the same structure. If I'd even dare say it's any different, but we could pull back, um, maybe into something here soon. So that's all I'm thinking. Um,
I haven't got that
but
lower trend line you've got. Hang on, okay.
it's not
Oh,
accurate,
you're right.
mate. I was
Yeah,
just
that's a bit
I thought it stood out and then
just a
obviously
quick stab.
tried it. Yeah,
I spent some trying to make a lower trend line. I couldn't make one. Couldn't find one.
that that would make this the sweep break to the upside.
Yeah, hold on. Hang on, let
Then
me have a look.
we might come back to mitigate something in there. For the buy to then take this trend line that we've got. Um,
Yeah, I was trying to get something. I was trying to get something that kind of matched the tiny scale of the upper one.
yeah,
I haven't looked at it closely.
because obviously if we just look at like a lower time frame structure, we've got obviously decent structures going on here. So this could have been the sell. It would have been aggressive, like but
Yeah,
so 1 minute break under here, and then obviously it's mitigated whatever this is. That is slow moving pair or not. I don't know. not sure how to pick that out. So we get good selling pressure from there. That looks a bit better, I guess, but so that's what we mitigates. It's about back to that entry sort of thing, am I think, in it. Market close. But anyway, obviously if it sells off on there, we could be seeing a play down into this sort of area and then a buyback up.
Yeah. Let's watch it.
The and if there's a trend line there as well. Quite.
There you go.
There you go.
Hang on. Let's just make sure this is valid.
I don't think it's the best thing. That middle touch is a touch off again. It's good on the 1 minute there, though. Oh, it's just passed. I'd be super dubious about that.
Sorry, Lee. I think I closed
So
my
it's all
Zoom
right,
box.
mate.
I've got a lower one, short-term lower one.
Yeah.
Starts at 10:05 a.m. on the 27th on the 5 minute.
Yeah.
Finishes. It's almost a flat. It's 20 past 6 on the 27th. No, underneath.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically an M shape. Yeah, that's it. That's the.
Yeah. Well, that's the sweep there, isn't it? What I was trying,
Mine's not swept. Mine has been swept. Just make sure I'm not.
What I was trying to look for, mate, is obviously if this is it's a touch off, but what I was basically looking for is so obviously on this blue box here is possibly where we're going to see a buy from. So we've got a trend line, a sweep, and then a break to the upside.
You got a different. You're right. You're a different line. Okay.
It's bullish, obviously on pretty much every time frame, other than possibly the 1 minute now because we've had a break to the downside, possibly. What I just wanted to do was just check that. So that would. I wanted to see if I could find another trend line in here that sort of gave this area some more
Right.
Validation, confirmation, or weight behind it, I guess. So obviously it's taken liquidity, broken to the upside over the multiple zones or whatever. It also, if this is a good trend line here, it's damn close. It's taken more liquidity on its way up as well, so that could then make this zone a continuation trade and a reversal. So it's just another confirmation. So if people trade the continuations or reversals, it's possibly this zone is the one from whatever direction you look at the market. Yeah, it looks like a good zone, mate. To be fair, I can.
It was a nice reaction after.
Yeah, and it looks
I
like
had that marked actually as a reaction.
It looks like it mitigates something nice in here as well. So That imbalance here looks nice on the 5 minute anyway. I mean, that looks dog shit there, but I'm assuming that's news to be fair. Half one. Might be news.
That's yes,
But
news.
it's
Okay.
basically it's mitigated a news candle by the looks of it then. Thursday could be anything. So yeah, I think that's a good area to watch, mate. So
All right, I'll play it back tomorrow. I missed some of the markup. I'll play it back tomorrow.
yeah, it's fine, mate.
Thanks.
It should be
Cool.
fairly easy for you to find, mate. So yeah, it's like I say, it's long, mate. So sell into that buy from there is
Yes. Mhm.
probably somewhere near, mate.
Cool. Cool.
All
Thanks,
right.
mate.
No worries, mate.
Yeah.
I'll call it there, buddy. All right.
Chat soon. Yeah. Thanks, buddy.
Cheers, mate. Bye bye.